You have a tenant that stops paying their rent? Here is what they don't tell you about evicting non-paying tenant. Bida, tell us more.
Each situation is unique, so it's critical that you hire a legal representative to better help you navigate the scenario. Generally, when a tenant stops paying rent, the landlord has to proceed to serve a notice for non-payment of rent, which is the N4. The N4 is a 60-day notice. It basically tells the tenant that you have 14 days to pay or move out of the rental unit. If the tenant does neither, then the landlord has to commence a legal proceeding through the Landlord and Tenant Board. In doing so, the L1 application to evict and collect the rent arrears has to be filed with the board. It'll then take 7 to 8 months for the board to issue a notice of hearing. On the day of the hearing, the landlord has to advocate their position. They can do so by attending mediation or going in front of the adjudicator. If you attend mediation, the parties hopefully will reach a meeting of the minds. Of course, sometimes in mediation, the parties don't agree. However, what happens in mediation has to stay in mediation, meaning that if you can't reach a settlement, you have no choice but to continue for your matter to be heard in front of the adjudicator. Once the matter is heard, it'll take 30 to 60 days for the board to issue an order. When the landlord receives an order, they can enforce the order by filing with the Office of the Enforcement with the sheriff. It will take approximately 4 to 8 weeks for a date and time for the eviction. After the tenant is evicted, the landlord has 72 hours to make arrangements with the tenant or vice versa for the tenants to remove their belongings from the property. After 72 hours, the landlord can really do what they want. They can sell, keep, or dispose anything that's left behind. If a landlord has an order to collect what is owed, they can do so by enforcing garnishment. They can garnish the tenant's wages or garnish their bank account.
I'm Nedelina Nedelcheva with 3 Max Metropolis.